FM BENIN. My name is Ohise Boreme. It's been so much for Nigerian football. Well, since the culmination of the African Women's Nations Cup, where the Super Falcons failed to qualify for the World Cup after two opportunities, exited in the quarterfinals, lost to Cameroon, and in the continental playoffs against the Bayana, they also fluffed their lines, and that led to so many questions, especially mounting pressure on football's governing body, NFF, the entire hierarchy were being pushed to resign. And matters came to a head yesterday when that eventually happened. The 40th NFF president, Ibrahim Musa Gusau, and his executive board finally threw in the towel. Of course, they looked at the whole situation and thought the most honorable thing to do was to resign. This came as a surprise because it is very difficult to get an African to resign, in Nigerian especially, no matter how bad the situation is. But yesterday, they took us all by surprise and resigned. Gusso, Mohammed Sanusi, and the entire NFF executive board. All right. This came on the heels of the commencement of the Nigerian Professional Football League, which actually kickstarts today in Ibadan. Shooting Stars face one of the teams, one of their opponents in the Nigerian Professional Football League, Sporting Lagos. We'll give you all the details, everything you need to know about the Nigerian Professional Football League shortly. But right now, the likes of Ademola Olajire have been elevated, and the Nigerian Football Federation and the Congress has also, this what would have been the 79th NFF Congress has also been suspended till further notice, while looking for people who are going to be interim leaders of the NFF. So the leadership on an interim basis, people are looking at the owner of Beyond Limits, Remo Stars, Value Jets, and Bet Niger, Kunle Tsunami. People are also talking about Sheyola Finjano. A lot of people, it's bewildering, are even thinking about the return of Amaju Melvin Pinnick, one of the problems of Nigerian football. It's befuddling, but yeah, it happens. One man's meat is another man's poison. Someone has also said, Mike Emenalo, will he be able to cope with the politics surrounding Nigerian football? It remains to be seen. Well, for the Nigerian Football Federation, Brian Musa Gusau and others had to bear the brunt of the failure of the Super Falcons to qualify for the World Cup for the first time ever. Well, looking forward, let's go straight to the Nigerian Professional Football League, which commences today in Ibadan. Shooting Star Sports Club unveiled the loss yesterday. Good things are happening at the Nigerian Professional Football League after the sponsorship arrangements. Of course, they signed a huge deal with Intermatch, $7.5 million every year for 3 years, which is good news. So it's going to be called Intermat Nigeria Professional Football League, which is good news for everyone associated with football. What we want now is for our league to be televised. A lot of people have actually lost interest in the Nigerian Professional Football League, but as things are now, I think the interest will return as quickly as possible. Let's tell you what's going on right now with the Nigerian Professional Football League. Like I've said before, the matches to expect this weekend, the fixtures, beginning from 3SC versus Inter Lagos, not Sporting Lagos. 3 teams will be featuring in the Nigerian Professional Football League, and they are Lagos based for the first time since 1990. Inter Lagos, Sporting Lagos, and Ikorodu City, affectionately called Oga Boys. So 3SC will be facing off against Inter Lagos to kickstart the 2026-2027 Nigerian Professional Football League. Ikorodu City, one of the teams representing Lagos, will be playing against Ranchers Bees on Sunday, August 30. Of course, Abia Warriors will be playing against Kon Khalifat, and Barao FC will be playing against Nasarawa United. Bendel Insurance, our very own Benin Arsenal, will be playing against Warri Wolves. Rangers, Enugu Rangers, defending champions, hoisted their ninth Nigerian Professional Football League title, tied with Enyimba of Aba, will be kicking off their Nigerian Professional Football League campaign against Katsina United. That match will be played in the MKO Abiola Stadium at Abeokuta, and there's been banter on X, Rangers with their account, and Katsina United. Well, friendly banter, nothing out of the ordinary. All right, Rivers United will be playing against Plateau United, and Kwara United will be playing against Kano Pillars. Niger Tornadoes will be playing against Enyimba of Aba, 9-time MPFL champions. All right, so Doma United will be playing against Sporting Lagos. Sporting Lagos, my big bro is their chairman there, Godwin Enakina. I wish them good luck. I also know one of the owners of that team, Fola Olatunji David. All right, so good stuff for these guys. Let's tell you more about our professional football league. If we don't talk about our professional football league, no one else will talk about it. We have to give props to our own. So the Nigerian Professional Football League, the sponsorship, and what have you. Before we'll tell you about Shooting Stars, the big boys now in Nigerian Professional Football League haven't signed deals with Bovas, with Chaldec as well yesterday, and it's just very good for everyone involved. All right, so Nigerian Professional Football League, like we said before, they have two teams that have won the title 9 times in their history. 9 times, quite good for them. Rangers of Aba and Rangers of Enugu. The body cut my head off. Enugu Rangers actually and Enyimba of Aba have won it 9 times together. All right, Rangers and Enyimba have been neck and neck over the years. Fantastic for these guys. So let's give you some history about the big boys. From the league started in 1972, and the inaugural tournament or competition was won by Mighty Jets. So historically, Mighty Jets won the first, and Bender Insurance won the second. Bender Insurance, our very own Benin Arsenal, have won the Nigerian Professional Football League twice, which is good. Julius Berger of Lagos twice as well. Rivers United, which includes Dolphins and Eagle Cement, have won it 4 times. Kano Pillars of Ahmed Musa have won it 4 times. Heartland of Owerri 4 times. And Otsutin, Shooting Stars of Ibadan, have won it 5 times. Other than that, Enyimba and Enugu Rangers have won it 9 times as well. And so they are historically, they are the greatest teams in Nigerian Professional Football League history. Let's go straight to UEFA. They had the UEFA Champions League draw yesterday, not without giving out awards to the deserving winners. The award for respect, the first ever, was given to PSG captain, who has won 40 titles for Paris Saint-Germain, Marquinhos. First ever winner of that UEFA Respect Award. And the UEFA President's Award was given to Thierry Henry. He probably deserves it. Previous winners have been Zlatan, Miroslav Klose, Didier Drogba, to mention but a few. So let's read out the UEFA statement. The UEFA released a statement yesterday after their big Champions League draw. They released a statement by the National Association representatives serving on the UEFA Executive Committee, European FIFA Council members, and presidents of the UEFA National Association meeting in Monaco on the occasion of the 2026-2027 UEFA Club Competition draws. National Association representatives serving on the UEFA Executive Committee and the European FIFA Council members were joined by the residents or the presidents of European national associations present in Monaco to discuss the continuing crisis at FIFA. Remember, UEFA withdrew their backing of Gianni Infantino in his bid to continue as president of FIFA based on that FIFA Forward Enterprise project that wasn't accepted in any way by UEFA or CONCACAF. Only CAF, I think, publicly supported the president of FIFA in the bid to sell some parts of the World Cup. And they said the World Cup is not an asset and football is not FIFA's to sell. All that, well, led to this. Well, the meeting reviewed the fallout from FIFA's president's aborted attempt to sell an interest in the FIFA World Cup to outside investors, a scheme which exposed a profound failure of judgment and abuse of presidential power and a conception of leadership incompatible with the duties of the highest office in world football. All right, so continuing, those present unanimously mandated the UEFA president and administration to pursue every available institutional, political, and legal avenue necessary to secure fundamental reform, restore proper limits on presidential authority, and ensure that FIFA is once again governed as an institution, not around one individual. So they are saying FIFA should be more institutionalized rather than being a dictatorship. All right. The first step must be a genuinely independent external review of the FIFA Forward Enterprise, the BOT project, with full access to all relevant documents, communications, and decision-making records. FIFA cannot investigate itself and expect the football community simply to act and accept its conclusions. All right, so I take that again. FIFA cannot investigate itself and expect the football community simply to accept its conclusions. So you cannot judge yourself. You cannot serve as judge and jury in your own case. That's the summary of the explanation. But the consequences of this crisis go beyond governance. All right, the trust required to exercise the office of FIFA president has been broken and cannot be restored by withdrawing one proposal, issuing assurances, or promising reform after the event. World football now needs new leadership capable of rebuilding that trust. So they have insisted that the president of FIFA must go. All right. So continuing, UEFA will therefore continue working with confederations, member associations, and wider football community, including fans, players, clubs, leagues, and others, to shape the future of FIFA. Should the current FIFA president nevertheless seek another mandate, UEFA will join forces with its partner confederations to ensure that member associations are offered a credible alternative, one committed to integrity, accountability, development, and genuine institutional change. FIFA has currently billions of dollars in reserves. This money belongs to the member associations. Together with other confederations, UEFA will jointly explore a responsible release of part of FIFA's reserves for the benefit of the member associations, while at the same time ensuring that any proposal preserves FIFA's financial stability. The question is therefore why the FIFA president believed he needed outside investors to expand development funding. Conclusively, The delegates were also informed that FIFA has now confirmed in writing to UEFA that the FIFA Forward Enterprise project has been irrevocably and permanently withdrawn, and that it will not reappear in any shape, construction, name, or form. So it will not reappear in any other shape, construction, name, or form. Having now secured the two assurances it required from FIFA on July 30, and following consultation with its national associations, UEFA has therefore agreed to suspend on a provisional basis the withdrawal by European teams from FIFA competitions in the coming season, including the Women's Under-20 World Cup, the Under-17 World Cup, and the Women's Under-17 World Cup. All right. So this position will remain under constant review and may be reconsidered immediately if circumstances so require. While the immediate question of participation has now been resolved, the underlying crisis has not. All right, so the abandonment of FFE does not erase the deception, intimidation, and abuse of power that made it possible, nor does it restore the confidence that has been lost. So, vote of no confidence from UEFA with regards to the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, who is in hot water. This is not a choice between good governance and football development, nor is it about Europe seeking greater power within FIFA. It is simply about ensuring that no part of world football, large or small, those with more and those with less, is dependent on the power of one individual. FIFA has a fundamental responsibility to support every member association, and this responsibility must be strengthened, not weakened. But development is an institutional obligation, not a presidential favor. All right. No member association should have to choose between the resources to which it is entitled and freedom to exercise its own judgment. That is a strongly worded statement by UEFA, of being backed by its national associations. All right, so let's go straight to the UEFA Champions League draw, which was done yesterday. So we'll tell you about the teams that qualified for the UEFA Champions League 2026 2027. We have to pay respect to Yaya Toure, who will become the first African coach to take a team to the UEFA Champions League proper, the UEFA Champions League group stage proper for Bratislava. So very good stuff for the great Yaya Toure, former African Footballer of the Year, in fact, multiple times. All right, so welcome back to the Champions League. AK Athens, Manchester United, all right, Fenerbahce, oh wow, FC Porto, incredibly, right, AS Roma, as well as Real Betis. So, and Lens too. So, Lens, Fenerbahce 8, AK Athens, Manchester United, FC Porto since 2023-24 season, Roma since 2018-2019, such a long time. They used to be serial attended. In fact, they used to feature prominently in the Champions League. Real Betis for 20 years, since 2005-2006. I'm sure that was during the time of Joaquin Sanchez. RC Lens since 23-24 season, and AK Athens since 18-19. Manchester United since 23-24 season, and Fenerbahce since 2008-2009. Fenerbahce then boast of some quality players in Romelu Lukaku, Vedrad Muriqi, Mason Greenwood, Marco Asensio, N'Golo Kante, Max Kinia, Nathan Ake, Nelson Semedo, some very, very good players in that team right now, and they defeated Olympique Lyonnais in France to qualify for the Champions League. Mathieu Guendouzi is there as well. I forgot to mention him. He was continuously abused by the fans even before the match commenced proper because of his ties, previous ties to Olympique Marseille. But that doesn't really matter for Lyon because there's a rivalry, Olympique Marseille and Olympique Lyonnais. So whether you're a present or whether you're a past Marseille player or you're a present Marseille player, you will definitely be abused or face that backlash by fans of Olympique Lyon. Well, they had two ex-Marseille players, the Mason Greenwood, who they didn't really pay attention to, but attention was fully on Mathieu Guendouzi, who had to retaliate after Fenerbahce won. Of course, it was revenge served cold. All right. So these are the teams that qualified: AK Athens, Arsenal, Aston Villa in alphabetical order, of course. Atletico Madrid will be hosting the Champions League final at the Wanda Metropolitano, and Cholo Simeone will want nothing better than to be one of the teams in that final showpiece event. Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Bodo Glimt again from Norway, Club Brugge, Como of Cesc Fabregas, Fenerbahce will call their players Mason Greenwood, Lukaku, Guendouzi, Asensio, N'Golo Kante and co. All right, Feyenoord, Galatasaray, of course, a very own Victor Osimhen plays there, and they will be looking to get Rafael Leao. He has a choice to make today between Gala and Aston Villa. Gala presented an offer for a straight by Aston Villa, looking for a loan with the option to buy outright after a season. So Gala definitely holds the trump card in that Leao deal, but it also depends largely on Rafael Leao, who he is going to choose between Galatasaray and Aston Villa, irrespective of the offer, of course, to AC Milan. Inter Milan of Christian Kivu, current Serie A champions. LASK Leipzig of Martin Demichelis. Lens, Lille, Liverpool of Andoni Iraola. Man City of Enzo Maresca. Manchester United of Michael Carrick, Napoli of Maximiliano Allegri, Paris Saint-Germain of Luis Enrique, Porto, PSV, Real Betis, Real Madrid of Jose Santos Mourinho Felix, Roma of Gianpiero Gasperini, Bratislava of Yaya Toure Seba, Shakhtar Donetsk, Slavia Praha, Sporting CP, Stuttgart, Viking for the first time in their history, and Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, which is to have one Roman Riquelme. All right, so maybe we'll also tell you some of the coaches. Let's see if we have that readily available. Some of the managers, meet your managers in the UEFA Champions League proper. Let's see if we have that as quickly as possible. We owe it to you to tell you everything as regards, and it's the football in general. So let's see if we have the managers. We'll just give you them as quickly as we can. So know your coaches. All right, so yeah, let's tell you some of the coaches in the Champions League. Niko Kovac of Borussia Dortmund, Gianpiero Gasperini of AS Roma, Rui Borges, of course, Michael Carrick of Manchester United, Rui Borges of Sporting Club de Portugal. They used to have Ruben Amorim as their manager. Right, so Francesco Farioli, young guy who is doing very well at FC Porto. Unai Emery of Aston Villa, Ivan Leko, of course, is there. Manuel Pellegrini of Real Betis, and Peter Bosch of PSV Eindhoven. All right, so we know these guys: Luis Enrique, PSV, Bayern Munich, Vincent Company, Jose Mourinho of Real, Andoni Iraola of Liverpool, Christian Kivu of Inter Milan, Enzo Maresca of Manchester City, Mikel Arteta of Arsenal, Hansi Flick of Barcelona, and Diego Simeone of Atletico Madrid, who will be hosting the final of the UEFA Champions League. All right, so straight to the draws. Who is playing who in the UEFA Champions League? So for the pot one teams, their home and away opponents for Paris Saint-Germain, they will start with Barcelona at home in the blockbuster encounter. Then they're going to Manchester City, then Roma, then at home to Roma, away to Manchester City, away to Aston Villa, at home to Galatasaray, away to Villarreal, at home to AS Bratislava, and away to Como. That's for Paris Saint-Germain. As for Bayern Munich, at home to Arsenal, away to Atletico Madrid, at home to Real Betis, away to Manchester United, at home to Bodo Glimt, giant killing Bodo Glimt with kicked out Inter Milan from last season's Champions League. Lille, away to Lille. Lille, they've got Carlo Ancelotti's son Davide as their manager now, and he started very well. Won their first match 2-0. Olivier Giroud scoring the first. Today, Lille will be facing off against Paris Saint-Germain and Luis Enrique. All right, let's continue. We're talking about Bayern Munich. We ended with playing away at Lille. Then they welcome Slavia Praha at home, and their last match will be away to Viking. Real Madrid will face off against Inter Milan at home. Jose Mourinho used to manage Inter and even won the treble with them 16 years ago when Javier Zanetti, the tractor, was the captain of Inter. So they go away to Arsenal. Mourinho has fond memories of Arsenal, playing Arsenal. PSV Eindhoven home, away to Roma. That Mourinho used to manage Roma as well, at home to Leipzig, away to Shakhtar Donetsk, who will be playing all their home games in England at Chelsea's Stamford Bridge, at home to LASK, and away to AEK Athens. Liverpool will be playing at home to Atletico Madrid, away to Inter, at home to Porto, away to Club Brugge, at home to Villarreal, away to Fenerbahce, at home to Lens, away to LASK. For Inter Milan, they will be playing at home to Liverpool, away to Real, at home to Club Brugge, away to BVB, Borussia Dortmund, away to Schalke, at home to Schalke, away to Feyenoord, at home to Stuttgart, VfB Stuttgart of Dennis Undav, who has recently been named their club captain, and away to Slavia Bratislava. For Manchester City, they will be playing two-time defending champions Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, at home, and their first away match will be at Barcelona, and they will welcome Sporting CP at home and go away to Portugal at the Estadio Dragao and play Frances Farioli's Porto. Then they welcome Maximiliano Allegri's Napoli at home, and they go straight to Martin De Michelis, their former players' team, Leipzig, away, and they welcome AEK Athens at home and Lens away. For Arsenal, they play Real at home, go away to Bayern, play Borussia Dortmund at the Emirates, go away to Andalusia to play Real Betis, and they welcome Lille at home, and we also play Napoli away and welcome new entrants to the Champions League, Sabah, at home, and play Slavia Praha away, and that will end their Champions League campaign. Hopefully they qualify. Barcelona first match at home will be against Manchester City. Then they go to the Parc des Princes to play Paris Saint-Germain, and they welcome Aston Villa at home. All right, that will be Anthony Gordon reuniting with one of these English teams. It was hopefully going to be Newcastle, but Newcastle, they didn't qualify for the Champions League. So Sporting Lisbon away for Barcelona, and at home Feyenoord, away to Galatasaray, at home to their ex-players Kobo. Cesc Fabregas used to play for Barcelona at some point, then Sabah. Anyways, as for Atletico Madrid. It is Bayern Munich at home, Liverpool away, Manchester United at home, PSV away, Fenerbahce at home, Bodo Glimt away, Viking at home, and Stuttgart away. That's for the big teams who are in pot one. All right, so basically, because of time, well, let's give you the pot two teams. We've said a lot about them, but yeah, Borussia Dortmund at home to Inter, away to Arsenal, at home to Real Betis, away to Aston Villa, at home to Villarreal, away to Bodo Glimt, at home to AK Athens, away to Sabah. 8 match days in the Champions League. This new addition, this new structure, very good for people. You just play different teams home and away rather than the pitching 4 teams against each other, playing each other home and away, which is good. Started 2 or 3 seasons ago and it has been beautiful. All right, so Roma will play Real at home, Paris Saint-Germain away, Sporting CP at home, go to Old Trafford to play against Manchester United. Then they welcome Lille at home, go to Fenerbahce away, and play Yaya Toure's Bratislava at home, then AK Athens away. For Sporting CP, first match is at home to Barcelona at the Jose Alvalade. Right, and away to Manchester City, at home to Manchester United. So they are playing both Manchester clubs in 2 consecutive Champions League games. Right, so well, I wish them good luck. Roma away, Galatasaray at home, Shakhtar away, LASK at home, then Lens away. All right, Lens, we remember, started their French season, kind of their French campaign by defeating PSG in the Trophy of the Champions. 1 goal to nothing. Florian Thauvin scored the only goal in that encounter. All right, so Aston Villa of Unai Emery will be playing against Paris Saint-Germain in their first match at home at Villa Park. Then they go away at Camp Nou to play Barcelona. Then they welcome Borussia Dortmund to Villa Park, and they go to Belgium to play Club Brugge, then welcome Fenerbahce to Villa Park again, then go straight back to Turkey to play Galatasaray. So you are playing 2 giants of Turkish football back to back. All right, well, Osimhen will be waiting for them in Turkey. Viking, their first match, they are going to play away to Aston Villa and Slavia Praha. That's what completes the Aston Villa first group phase campaign. Then Porto will be playing against Manchester City first. Then they go away to Liverpool, welcome PSV at home, go away to Betis, welcome Napoli at home, go away to Feyenoord, welcome Slavia Praha at home, go away to LASK. As for Manchester United, they will be facing off against Bayern Munich first at Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams. The Champions League is back. All right, Atleti away, Roma at home, Sporting CP away, Leipzig at home, Villarreal away, Sabah at home, and Cesc Fabregas's Como away for Manchester United. That completes their group phase. All right, Club Brugge of Belgium will be playing Liverpool at home, Inter away, Aston Villa at home, PSV away, Bodo Glimt at home, Napoli away, Lens at home, Stuttgart away. All right, so for Real Betis, Arsenal at home, Bayern Munich away, Porto at home, Borussia Dortmund away, Feyenoord at home, Lille away, Como at home, Bratislava away. PSV will be playing Atleti at home, Real Madrid away, Club Brugge at home, Porto away, and Barcelona, Shakhtar Donetsk at home, Leipzig away, Stuttgart at home, and Viking away. There's no Barcelona for PSV. It is Atleti at home, Real Madrid away, Club Brugge at home, Porto away, Shakhtar at home, Leipzig away, Stuttgart at home. Well, 2 German clubs back to back, and then Viking away. All right, who writes these scripts? I think that's enough for the UEFA Champions League draws. Let's go straight to what to expect in Europe's top 5 leagues before we give you some mind-boggling transfers that have gone on in the last 3 days. Chief of all, Bradley Bacola will be moving to Liverpool from PSG in a 140 million euros package, 100 million, 110 million upfront. All right, so but let's give you fixtures of Europe's top five leagues, and we will not forget the MLS as well as the Saudi Pro League, of course, if time permits. Well, Crystal Palace will welcome Manchester City at Selhurst Park today at 8 p.m. There are some good matches today. Let's not forget that Shooting Stars of Ibadan will be playing against Inter Lagos to kickstart the Nigerian Professional Football League. Liverpool will welcome Nottingham Forest at Anfield. Coventry, who didn't start well, will be playing against Hull City, defeated Manchester United in the first match day of the season. So Coventry with Taiwo Awoniyi, who scored in midweek, scored and assisted. He was assisted by Caleb Mirenki of Ghana, and he also assisted as well. He started his first goal for Coventry for the Sky Blues, and Lampard will be happy to start him from the off against Hull City tomorrow. Tomorrow, Bournemouth will face off against Everton. Bournemouth lost at the death to Manchester City in the first match, and Everton won their first match in, of course, comprehensive fashion. The Spurs lost shamefully to Brentford, but they will be welcoming Newcastle after putting their EFL opponents to the sword. We'll also be giving you the Carabao Cup fixtures after the draw was made for the third round. I hope time will permit us. Spurs will play against Newcastle. Chelsea will start Sunday's matches by hosting Brighton. Chelsea, they've given their top three different names. CPR, starting, of course, the initials, Cole Palmer, Pedro, and Rogers, but I don't know. Madrid used to have BBC, Bale, Benzema, Cristiano, and Barcelona used to have MSN, Messi, Suarez, Neymar. Some say JP Morgan, João Pedro, Cole Palmer, and Morgan Rogers, but Cole Palmer has dismissed it as rubbish. But let's see if they can come up with better sobriquets. All right, so Leeds, who went to Nottingham Forest and defeated them twice in a week in the EFL Cup, as well as the Premier League opener, will be welcoming Brentford of Kid Andrews. Brentford put Tottenham Hotspur to the sword. They would have won 4-0. It was a 3-0 demolition of the North London outfit. Sunderland will be playing against Fulham. Manchester United will be looking to kickstart their season proper. They play when they host Ipswich Town, who are still looking to convince Tammy Abraham to join them on loan. But they have also signed some good players, especially Dyson Maeda, fantastic player from Celtic. Aston Villa will be hosting defending champions Arsenal at the Villa Park. That's for the Premier League fixtures. Let's go straight to La Liga fixtures. Of course, Real Madrid and Barcelona played 2 days ago and yesterday. Real Madrid defeated Real Sociedad by 4-1. Kylian Mbappe scoring a hat-trick. All right, as for Barcelona, it was Rafinha and Fermin Lopez scoring the 2 goals as they defeated Athletic Bilbao by 2-0 at the Camp Nou. All right, so today Racing Santander will be playing against Elche. Alaves, Deportivo Alaves will be playing against Villarreal. Levante will be playing against Real Betis. Real Sociedad, who lost to Real Madrid in midweek, will be welcoming Espanyol. Sevilla will be playing against Atletico Madrid tomorrow. Real Madrid on Sunday will welcome Malaga, and Deportivo will host Valencia. Celta will be playing against Athletic Bilbao, who have lost their first 2 games of the season, even with World Cup winning goalkeeper Unai Simon between the sticks. Osasuna will be hosting Getafe, and defending champions Barcelona will look to continue their dream start to the season when they host Rayo Vallecano. All right, so beautiful and brilliant matches or fixtures thus far. Let's go straight to the German Bundesliga. Um, Good news for Jamie Vardy, who has won the right to host 7 Bundesliga Friday games this season on his YouTube channel. So, start beginning from today, where Bayern will be playing against VfB Stuttgart. All right, continuing. RB Leipzig will be playing against Borussia Mönchengladbach. Mainz will be playing against Paderborn. Cologne will be playing against Hoffenheim. Union Berlin will be playing against Eintracht Frankfurt. SV Everberg versus Bayer Leverkusen will have welcomed Musa Diaby to their fold. Borussia Dortmund lost the Super Cup final against Bayern Munich. Will be hosting Hamburg of Terence Murphy. The Super Eagles, Terence Murphy, just signed for Hamburg. Freiburg will be playing against Werder Bremen, and Augsburg will be playing against Edin Dzeko's Schalke 04. That's for the German Bundesliga. For the Italian Serie A fixtures, AC Milan will be playing today against Venezia. Let's not forget that our very own Accord Jerome Adams plays for Venezia, and our very own Samuel Chukwueze plays for AC Milan. And Manchester United's former coach, Ruben Amorim, is the coach of AC Milan. All right, continuing, Sassuolo will host Torino. Torino lost to AC Milan in the first game of the season. Fiorentina will be looking to bounce back from that 4-0 mauling in the hands of Roma when they host Frosinone. Maybe by then Moise Kean will be out of there. He's Como bound. Monza will be playing against our very own Maduka Okoye's Udinese. Juventus, the old lady, will be playing against Parma. Napoli will be playing against Como. Allegri versus Cesc Fabregas there. Cagliari will be playing against Inter. Lazio, Genoa, Lecce, Roma. Well, Benito Mussolini, Italy's dictator, his great grandson made his debut for Lazio. His name is Romano Benito Mussolini. Well, that's just a story. Lecce will be hosting the Gallerossi. Roma and Atalanta will finish off the match day 2 when they host Bologna. All right, so for the French league, the fixtures of the French league today, Lille, complete with Davide Ancelotti as their manager, will be playing against PSG and Luis Enrique. Strasbourg will be hosting Lens. Auxerre will face off against Angers. Right, so Brest will play against Toulouse. Olympique Lyonnais, with that issue with Matteo Guendouzi, must have left that aside. They will be hosting Le Havre at the Stade de Gerland. All right, Lorient will be playing against Troyes, and Paris FC will be playing against Nice. Rennes will be playing against Le Mans, and Monaco will be playing against Olympique Marseille in the match of the weekend. Arguably the match of the weekend. Well, Lille PSG is also a very huge encounter. Monaco Marseille is also a good one. All right, we'll also talk about the Turkish Super League because they've got fantastic players there right now. Osimhen, Mohamed Salah, Paul Onuachu, Romelu Lukaku, Mason Greenwood, Leandro Trossard, Dusan Vlahovic, Shomorodov. So right now, Gençler Birliği will be playing against Erzurumspor today. All right, so tomorrow Konyaspor will be playing against Kayserispor. Galatasaray, our own Victor Osimhen's club, will be playing against Göztepe. Victor Osimhen has scored 4 goals in 2 games so far and also giving some good assists. All right, so Gaziantep will be playing against Rizespor. All right, Eyüpspor will be playing against Allianspor, and Istanbul Besiktas will be playing against Kasımpaşa. All right, so Samsunspor will be playing against Fenerbahce, and Besiktas will be playing against Korum. And Ahmed SK will be playing against Trabzonspor. That's for the Turkish Super League. For the Saudi Pro League, the fixtures, Al Riyadh will be playing against Neom. Al Fayyad will be playing against Abha Al Nassr. will be playing against Altawon tonight. So hopefully, Bento does not get himself sent off again, and Cristiano will have to sacrifice being having to be substituted at halftime. Al Khalid will be playing against Al Hilal. Of course, Al Nassr came back from 2-0 down against Al Ettifaq. Oh, even the um, last match and won 3-2 courtesy Sadio Mane, who scored the double, including the match winner. Al Khalid will be playing against Al Hilal. Al Khalid, Ali, Al Ettifaq, who lost to Al Nassr from 2 goals up, will be playing against Denia, and Al Fateh will be playing against Al Ittihad. Al Hazim will be playing against Al Shabab. Al Qatsar will be playing against Al Fasali. Al Qatsar, Tijani Reinders is now playing for Al Qatsar. So it's the Saudi Pro League is welcoming very good players. Let's not forget that Ole Watkins has also agreed to join Al Hilal, and yeah, we're looking forward to that. And then he will be looking to arrive in Riyadh as quickly as possible for the MLS. For the MLS, we can't leave out the MLS. Leo Messi plays there. Dion Sung-min plays there. Robert Lewandowski plays there as well. And Thomas Muller as well. Seattle Sounders play against Chicago tomorrow. And DC United versus LAFC. Inter Miami recently sacked their coach and employed Kili Gonzalez, former Argentinian player, former Argentine footballer. And they'll be hosting Montreal. They are winless in their last 5 games, losing 4 and drawing 1. So it's a rotten spell for Inter Miami. David Beckham decided to sack the coach and bring in Kili Gonzalez. All right, it's been Argentinian coaches since Leo Messi became their player. Maybe it's purely coincidental. There was Javier Mascherano at some point, and at some point there's so many other Argentine coaches. Now it is the turn of Kili Gonzalez. Atlanta United play against Charlotte, and Toronto will be playing against New York City. New York Red Bulls will be playing against Philadelphia. Nashville versus Cincinnati. Minnesota versus Orlando City, and Houston Dynamo versus San Jose. All right, Sporting KC versus Vancouver, and Colorado versus Salt Lake. San Diego versus LA Galaxy, and Portland versus Austin. Columbus versus New England. On Monday, St. Louis will be playing against Dallas, and New York City on Saturday, 5th September, will be hosting Nashville. Shouldn't have said that, but it has already been said. So a few transfers off the top of my head. Nico Gonzalez has signed for Newcastle from Manchester City. In fact, Manchester City recouping a lot of money. They've sold off Tijani Reinders. They've sold off Nico Gonzalez now. They've sold off Rodri. They've sold off Savinho and Omar Mamouche to Tottenham Hotspur. But they welcomed the 18-year-old Moroccan star, Ayo Bouabi, who has signed from Lyon in a €100 million package. I've said it before that Bradley Barcola is Liverpool bound after an agreement was reached with PSG. Liam Delap, Rory, Liam Delap is now at Nottingham Forest. £50 million move from Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea profited considerably from that move. And Chelsea also are looking to sell Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Maresca is their former manager who now manages at Manchester City, or manages Manchester City. Enzo Fernandez is looking to still go to Manchester City. Well, let's see if they can come up with the money that Chelsea definitely value him for. So many transfers have been going on in the Premier League. Leon Goretzka has also signed for Aston Villa from Bayern Munich. Reece Nelson has decided to terminate his contract at Arsenal and mutual consent, and Arsenal have left out Gabriel Jesus from their squad training, and Arteta has attributed it to the numbers. That's his excuse, but we know that Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli are surplus to requirements. But one Gabriel is not surplus to requirements. He is the defensive linchpin at Arsenal, and he is there hoping to welcome his defense partner William Saliba soon. Bruno Fernandes was named PFA Player of the Year. Well, good stuff. And the PFA Young Player of the Year was Nico O'Reilly, deservedly. That means five Manchester City players have won it in the last 6 years. Players who featured at the Manchester City Academy, not necessarily going pro. So good stuff for all these guys. That's the much we can take on Sports Grandeur today. We assure you that on Monday we will give you more and more concerning football, the Nigerian Professional Football League. Especially, we want to be quite clear about the Nigerian Professional Football League, especially our very own Bendel Insurance under Kennedy Boboye. Bendel Insurance also welcomed Amos Obasogie into their fold, welcomed him back. He used to be their player, left for greener pastures. Well, he has returned to the city that loves him. Hopefully, he will do quite well beginning from this weekend. Thank you very much. My name is Ohise Boreme. It is always a thrill. Enjoy your weekend, and don't forget that nobody can make you feel inferior without your content. Thank you very much.